Good afternoon, everyone. We will begin our commencement ceremony by listening to the Star-Spangled Banner, and I would invite everyone to please stand. Please be seated. Welcome to commencement. While Missouri State University normally observes 2 commencement periods annually, this year we are pleased to celebrate 3. Today's ceremony provides the opportunity to celebrate our graduates from May and summer 2020 as a makeup for the previously scheduled May ceremony that was postponed due to the pandemic. This is the second of 2 programs today. Because of the large number of graduates and to follow all Springfield, Greene County, and Missouri State University policies, we are conferring graduate and bachelor degrees from the Reynolds College of Arts and Letters, the McQueary College of Health and Human Services, the College of Humanities and Public Affairs, and interdisciplinary program majors at this ceremony. We conferred the graduate and bachelor degrees to the graduates in the other colleges at a ceremony earlier today. I am pleased to announce that today we are celebrating the awarding of 3,481 total degrees from May and summer of 2020. Of that total, 2,558 are undergraduate degrees and 923 are graduate degrees. The Missouri State University faculty and staff are proud to recognize members of this graduating class who have distinguished themselves by their academic achievement and leadership and who have earned academic or performance scholarships. Funding for many of these scholarships is made possible by alumni and friends of Missouri State University, and we thank them for their support and generosity. Several governors of the university are on the platform today. Members of the Board of Governors are appointed by the Governor of the State of Missouri and approved by the State Senate. They serve 6-year terms and carry the responsibilities set forth in statute as the policy-making arm for the institution. We also have a student representative to the Board of Governors who serves a 2-year term. We are grateful to the governors for the time they take from their schedules and give to the university, and pleased that they can be with us today to take part in commencement. I will now introduce the platform party. They will stand as their names are called, and I would ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, Briar Douglas, graduate student from Hannibal, Missouri, and our student member of the Board of Governors. Chase Stockton, graduate student from Springfield and former senior class president, your senior class. Dr. Sean Wall, Dean of the Reynolds College of Arts and Letters. Dr. Mark Smith, Dean of the McQueary College of Health and Human Services. Dr. Cameron Wickham, Chair of the Missouri State University Faculty Senate. Carrie Turgeon, Mayor of Jefferson City, businesswoman and member of the Board of Governors. Chris Waters, a businessman from Kansas City and member of the Board of Governors. Dr. Pauline Nugent, Professor of Modern and Classical Languages, who will be reading names of the graduates. And in the front row, Dr. Victor Matthews, Dean of the College of Humanities and Public Affairs. Amy Counts, a businesswoman from St. Louis and member of the Board of Governors. Craig Frazier, a businessman from Springfield and chair of the Board of Governors. Dr. Frank Einhelig, University Provost. Brent Dunn, Vice President for University Advancement. And finally, Dr. Julie Masterson, Dean of the Graduate College. Please help me recognize the platform party. Now is usually the time in the ceremony where I would introduce the faculty and administrators who have led in the educational process for our graduates. But due to the pandemic, I discouraged them from attending. We've got 7 more weeks of classes to get through. Several are here with us today in various places because of their connection to you and the importance of this ceremony to them. Given the unusual circumstances of the last 7 months, I decided I should give the commencement address today and want to begin with this observation. What interesting times we live in. 7 months ago, the world changed, and that we are doing this event in October, wearing masks and all spread out over the arena, is evidence of just how true that is. In preparing for this speech today, I thought back on my college graduation from Tulane University in New Orleans 37 years ago. And I remembered that my parents and grandparents were there, that I was commissioned into the United States Army later that afternoon, and that we ate at Delmonico's restaurant after the ceremony. I even remembered the name of my girlfriend, even though I haven't seen her since that summer. But I have no memory of what the speaker said or even who it was. And while it's possible the pandemic may change that, I doubt it. And that's a very liberating thought. So what I want to do for the next few minutes is share some thoughts about what I have learned since my graduation long ago, and then more specifically, several things that I've learned during the pandemic. Here goes. Some are meant to be humorous, all are meant to be true. First, never buy a timeshare. You can't sell it, ever, and it will cost you several $1,000s to unload it. I learned this watching my parents try to sell their timeshare in Las Vegas. 3 dogs are too many to own at one time. That's especially true if they all sleep in the bed with you. Enough said. I'm down to one 16-year-old dog now. Don't be afraid of people who are different from you. Diversity makes us stronger and better, not weaker. Don't share everything on social media. But I encourage you to follow me on Twitter, @CliffSmart, 1F, and feel free to tweet about this talk. Give me your feedback at the end. Use your turn signal to change lanes. That's apparently a rule even at 6 in the morning when you're passing a state trooper going only 55 miles per hour near Marshfield on the interstate, and you are the only 2 cars on the road. When it is possible to do so again, travel. You'll develop a new perspective on life and the world. Visit your family. Visit your family often. Your parents and later your grown children can be your best friends. I lost my dad about 3 years ago, and I regret not spending more time with him. Find a mentor. Then later in your career, return the favor and serve as a mentor for someone else. I wouldn't be where I am today without mentors like Tom Strong, Mike Nixel, my dad, and many others. But my learning has continued since the pandemic. So I want to share some additional thoughts. First, in the last 7 months, I learned I really like people, almost all people. I miss the personal connections while working from home, the private conversations, the casual interactions that occur when you're out in the community or walking on campus. I'm so glad we are mostly back on campus now. Second, I learned that technology really is fabulous. We've gotten some amazing things done through Zoom and Skype and Blackboard these last 7 months, but it's still not the same as talking to a professor or student one-on-one. Something is just lost. I'm working to find ways for those conversations to occur again. Third, I've learned that often communication is the most important thing. I think it's sometimes even more important than the actual decisions made because it eliminates uncertainty for people, and uncertainty is scary. We've tried hard to communicate not only decisions, but the rationale behind those decisions and do it in a timely manner. Fourth, I've learned I have a great team. I knew that, of course, but it's really been driven home these last 7 months. People worked harder and smarter and with real concern for you, more than I've ever seen before. I am proud to be associated with them. And finally, the longer the pandemic goes on, the more I've come to realize that you cannot live life scared. Now, this virus is a scary disease, and I promise you I'm working diligently to avoid getting it. I believe it's important to mask and modify our behavior, but we can't stop doing everything we love because it exists, any more than we should have stopped traveling after 9/11. It's also important that we not change who we are as people because of the pandemic. I've tried to become a more generous person, show more kindness and grace, treat people better, think of others more, not less, during the pandemic. I hope you also have learned things from this situation, and you still believe your time here was well spent, even if it ended differently than you anticipated. And I hope these circumstances made you kinder, more generous, more positive, more connected, more flexible, and a more caring person who leaves here committed to living life to the fullest. Thank you. The veterans and military members living, working, and receiving their education at Missouri State University are a valued and vital component of our campus community. We recognize and honor their sacrifices and the sacrifices of their families and value their life experiences as they broaden the diversity of our faculty, staff, and student body. As such, students graduating from the university who serve, have served, or will be serving after graduation in the United States Armed Forces have been invited to wear a red, white, and blue honor cord at today's ceremony in recognition of their service to our country. I now invite those individuals to stand and be recognized. Thank you. At this time, graduates for all degrees will be presented by Dr. Frank Einhellick, University Provost.
Before presenting the graduates, it is important to note that we will not be hooding our graduate students. However, the hooding ceremony is a special recognition for graduates receiving a master's, specialist, or doctorate. Normally, during all of our commencement ceremonies, our graduate students are honored by being hooded by the Dean or Associate Dean of the Graduate College. As you can see today, in the front row, the students are already wearing their hoods, but it is part of our continued effort of practicing social distances to not hood on the floor today. Please take a moment to look at the front rows of students and notice all of the different hoods. The hoods are similar in that they are black and have the satin maroon color representing Missouri State University. They are different in the color of the velvet edge, which represents the specific degree of the student. The overall size and shape represents the type of degree, master's, specialist, or doctoral, with the velvet color getting progressively wider or longer with the higher ranking degrees. The doctoral hoods also may have additional felt stripes for recognition of this highest degree. Earning a master's, specialist, or doctorate degree is a major accomplishment, and the hood is a valued part of the commencement regalia. Many of these students will wear these hoods and this regalia again in the future as they represent their profession in other ceremonies. Each student can be very proud of the hard work to earn their degree and earn the hood that represents that degree. And now we will be conferring several doctoral degrees. Will the graduates for all doctorate degrees please rise? President Smart, these graduates completed the requirements for their doctorate degree in their respective fields. It is with great pride that they are presented to you on behalf of the graduate faculty for the conferring of the degree.
By the authority of the State of Missouri vested in the Board of Governors and delegated to me, I now confer upon you the degree of doctorate. You have completed the highest level of graduate study, and I wish you every success as you serve humanity.
Will all graduates, except those in the first row, please be seated? Will the graduates for the doctorate degree please proceed forward, followed by doctoral graduates in other rows as directed by the marshal.
Dr. Pauline Nugent will present the students.
Alexei Ilyuk. Taylor M. Freimeyer. Seth Lewis Miller. Jacob Thomas Cherry. Kelly E. Richards. Lisa Marie Noley. Stephen Musili Mawanzia. Casey L. Tuitt. Ruby Nicole Tollefson Truitt. Zane Noel Hartgraves. Yvette Lee Deere. Aaron E. Casey. Nicole Renee Mira. Elizabeth Christina Francis.
That's all.
Will the graduates for all master's degrees please rise? President Smart, these graduates have completed all of the requirements for their respective master's degree. The graduate faculty of Missouri State University are pleased to present them to you for the conferring of the degree.
By the authority of the State of Missouri vested in the Board of Governors and delegated to me, I now confer upon you the master's degree. I testify that you have surmounted the first level of graduate studies and wish you every success as you serve humanity.
Will all graduates, except those in the first row, please be seated? Will the graduates for master's degree in the first row proceed forward, followed by master's graduates in other rows and directed by the marshals?
Dr. Pauline Nugent will again present the students.
Sammy Jo Lynn Fairchild. Amelia Joanne Wolfs. Brittany Leanne Rector. Madison Rayanne Mays. Sarah Renee Cooper, Allison M. Baker, Macy Lee Wendling, Leah Danae Brooke, Paula Daniela Rivero Ramirez, Alisa Ashley Orr, Heather Rose Becker, Catherine Elizabeth Parker Collier, Lauren Elaine Williams, Ali Victoria Long, Reagan L. Coldwell, Mary Catherine Newton, Casey Brooke Muller, Jacqueline Ratcliffe, Justin T. Robertello, Kelsey Renee Quick, Courtney Renee Bressler, Hannah Sophia Paul, Haley Marie Levitt Kirkland, Hustref Rizvanovich, Huso Ritzvanovich, Mitchell D. Easter, Rosanna Christine Honeycutt, Jamie Lane Caballero, Benjamin C. Allen, Crystal R. Blackwell, Constance Ruth Brown, Heather Marie Felsky, Celeste Noel Anerstal, Stephen Andrew Matthews, Amanda Nicole Murphy Roberts,
Before we confer the bachelor degrees, I would like to note the scholastic accomplishments of several of these students. Would the students wearing the blue stoles please rise? Please join me in recognizing these graduates of the university's Honors College. You may be seated. Several students are graduating with scholastic honors and are identified by the cordons they are wearing. Students graduating summa cum laude have achieved a grade point average of at least 3.9. Will those students graduating summa cum laude and wearing the gold cordon please rise and remain standing? Students graduating magna cum laude have achieved a grade point average between 3.75 and 3.89. Would those students graduating magna cum laude and wearing the silver cordon please rise and remain standing? Finally, students graduating cum laude have achieved a grade point average between 3.5 and 3.74. Would those students graduating cum laude and wearing a bronze cordon please rise and remain standing? On behalf of the university, I wish to congratulate these students on their impressive scholastic accomplishments. Will the graduates for all Missouri State University bachelor degrees please rise? President Smart, these graduates have completed all of the requirements for their respective bachelor degrees. The faculty of Missouri State University take great pleasure in presenting them to you for the conferring of the degree.
By the authority of the state of Missouri vested in the Board of Governors and delegated to me, I now confer upon you the bachelor's degree and wish you the best in your careers.
Will all graduates except those in the first row please be seated? Will the graduates for bachelor degrees in the first row proceed forward, followed by bachelor graduates in other rows as directed by the marshal.
Pauline Nugent will again present the students.
Chase R. Stockton. Nia Charlia Tandy. Shantavia Lizette Mason. Isabel Diaz. Melissa Gutierrez. Sarah Jean Gerlach. Alyssa Nicole Johnston. Emily A. Abbott. Morgan L. Chowning. Lexi Renee Sammelman. Erin Renee Morris. Ha Nigan Huang. Joshua Ryan Melissa. Autumn Page Gergen. Chloe Lynn Bagnall. Courtney Danielle Denbo. Tereni K. Davenport. Rekea Dare Cunningham. Zion A. Hayden. Christopher M. Brown. Annabelle Hope. Emily Jane Crowley. Justin C. Politis. Zachary Orr Taylor. Michaela Jordan Cisco. Claire Victoria Worley. Bryce Kennedy Bettis. Trevor A. Colfie. Garrett Allen Clethermis. Jonathan Lloyd Sparks, Taryn Joan Smiley, Bryce Caleb, Sydney Dara Williamson, William John Nolan IV, Thomas Ethan Hay, Kelly Shea Kelly, Emily Michelle Capp, Cameron Robert Jordan, Clara Victoria Litzinger, Ashley Nicole Pitt, Rebecca Danielle Prado, Lindsay Renee Ricard, Derek L. Shaw, Aurora A. Barrera, Lauren Claire Schmickley, Mackenzie Brianne God, Dominique Lachey Brand, Amanda Nicole Boswell, Jordan Christine Hecht, Olivia Catherine Connors, Brooke Nicole Trammell, Hannah Renee Cantrell, Brielle Nicole Okenfuss, Teresa Marie Barra, Haley Ann Reeder, Tyler A. Priest, Austin Tyler Wood, Madeline Ann Levensky, Olivia Ellen Marshall, Ansley Kelsey Schwendiger, Haley M. Flower, Shania Adriana Sampler, Kylie Robert Derringer, Tyler James Dowell, Chelsea D. Klosterman, Caitlin Marie Hyde, Rachel Marie Leininger, Hannah Summer Kincaid, Alicia G. Ferguson, Colton W. Hatfield, Danielle L. Mertens, Timothy Luke Amadore, Tashiana Nicole Mensch, Haley M. Travnikich, Abigail Marie Meyer, Paige N. Lane, Stacy Marie Pukala, Carissa Nicole Thompson, Haley Ann Munn, Cheyenne Nicole Seasmore, Alyssa Marie Skimmerhorn, Sydney Nicole Schultz, Dakota Jane Kenninger, Molly Elizabeth McMasters. Faith Cara Clunt. Emma Dawson Lieb. Evelyn Indy Elizabeth Johns. Christian Allen Rivas. Caden B. Anderson. Drake T. Hogan. Brianna M. Rogers. Jordan Nicole Urba. Marissa D. Ruiz. Michaela Amari Jones. Emily and Alexandra Moreno. Marcelo Antonio Estrada. Allison Faye Kelly. Mackenzie Joe Jump. Michaela Louise Larkin. Michaela Ruth Spencer. Cameron A. Decky. Jennifer M. Fouth. Caitlin Jean Oldani. Lauren Ashley Kimberly. Rance Benedict Coe. Danielle Christina McGraw. Victoria Marie Wade. Ashton Victoria Trueblood. Emily Hu Dyson. Taylor Marie Voss. Mackenzie Ann Woods. George Jungle. Morgan Kelsey Garut. Jenna Christine Esterhan. Megan E. Lackman. Anne Renee Westrick. Mitchell Gavin Banning. Karsten Wee Lepinen. Ashley Sinclair. Sydney Ray Matheson. Ashley Christine Blackwell. Rachel Dor Seaver. Bridget Maureen Trimble. Shannon Rose Mackenzie. Courtney Grace Baker. Catherine Elizabeth Barnstable. Danielle Nicole Paulson. Caitlin Alexandra Campbell. Ashley Lynn Floyd. Molly Mackenzie Hennessy. Matthew Joseph Placco. Lauren Elizabeth Stockham. Christina Mala Kodai. Sierra N. Foster. Marissa Orr Christopher. Alison Van Winkle, Grace Ann Reeves, Cara Lynn Tribal, Ross Thomas Saiter, Jacob Dean Hawkins, Lydia D. Browning, Christina Marie Townsend, Rebecca Lynn Milton, Abdullahi Ahmed Diri, Nicholas Scott Wallace, Noah Nelson Kroc, Andrew Austin Bufferbarger, Morgan Sky Wilhite, Savannah Noel Jackson, Natalie G. Leslie, Tandalea Jones, Emily Taki, Natalie A. Chin, Lauren Aubrey Curry, Kelly Bray Creeder, Kate J. Creeder, Flannery Q. Kaliker, Nicole Taylor Moore, Jennifer Christine Moreno, Mary Ann Cleek, Caitlin Marie Betts, Lauren Ann McDowell, Andrew James Weddle, Connor James Goldsborough, Alexandra K. Stelz, Claire Elizabeth Nichols, David Jesus Lopez, Candace Michelle Leininger, Veronica Rose Holter, Stephen Michael Haley, Luke George Owen, Catherine Ann Inman, Brittany Nicole Gerling, Samantha Nadine Conger, Alexandra Rose Grieshaber, Cassidy Stills Coleman, Hannah Marie Todd, Madison Leigh Lemon, Courtney Marie Monnier, Melena K. Ketting, Stephanie Lynn Newman, Lauren J. Stewart, Sheila Allen Crawford, Cameron Lane Dake, Ali C. Data, Aubrey B. Chaffee, Nicolette Jerry L. Idos, Vanessa Renee Moreno, Anna Christine Schrader, Jordan Nicole Newman, Jeremy Michael Hostetler, Zachary Michael Kirsten, Haley Marie Fitzinger, Sydney Elizabeth Moore, Abigail Catherine Castillo, Taylor Julaine Williams, Krista Lynn Rora, Rihanna Lynn Fugit, Daniel Aaron Wilkinson, Shelby Lynn Schaefer, Vincent Oliver Milburn, Jeffrey Tristan Akers, Megan D. Wolverton, Giovanina Maria Bone, Giselle Hall, Felipe Angel Padilla Soriano, Cole W. Dwenkel, Hannah Ellen Anderson, Julie Keaton Anderson, Savannah Celestial Stein, Cassidy J. Dill, Shane Matthew Parker, Jonathan Barraza, Cassandra Elaine Hirsch, Abigail Nancy Hartman, Caledonia Linnell Eubanks, Jaylyn Nicole Sturgis, Ashley Nicole Martin, Allison Ann Waterhouse, Willie Lewis Drake III, Hannah M. Mudzinski, Carly Mae Willard, Katie Marie Dankelson, Mariah Elaine Abersold, Faith E. Frazier, Cassidy Brooke Williams, Christopher David Klein, Natalie Christine Benny, Emily Ann Reichgelt, Alexis V. Evans, Shelby Lynn Myers, Robert James Martin, Christian Michael Rader, Ashton Nicole Evers, Keegan Orr Baldwin, Caitlin Leanne Gillis, Hannah Catherine Pulse, Colton Michelle Taff, Paul Joseph Lochner Jr., Sarah K. Teague, Michaela Lynn Mais, Justin Parker Davidson, Janice Leanne Millsap, Peyton Shannon Waterman, Jacob Michael Crosby, Tiffany Nicole Griesemer, Jessica Marie Smith, Sydney Adrienne Watts, Sean Allen Sletton, Justin Cabrales, Catherine A. Bush, Sydney Elizabeth Barger, Lacey Ann Williams, Madison Hale Imler, Corinna Nicole Austin, Tradel Malik Bradford, Taylor Lene Coleman, Jordan Dominique Wilkes, Megan Kathleen Todd, Chloe P. Miller, Cindy Belém Garcia, Chandler Keith Collins, Nicholas Xavier Raymond, Nathan David Webb, Krista Ward, Katie Ann Jones, Harley Vantwil, Anthony Michael Carr, Mackenzie Renee Hunt, Dalton Clark. Move it. Quiet. Keep going. Isabella R. Hedrick, Megan Dawn Ballinger, Kiara Vivian Lee Mello, Catherine Ellen Burgess, Carly Kramer, Brooke Peyton Rogers, Joanne Lauren Peters, Alexis Hope Gaona, Jacob Michael Langenfeld, Isabella Jane Council, Catherine Rashid Lee, Abby Elizabeth Myers, Lauren Catherine Vogt, April Adrienne Myers, Dixie Ann McCollum, Taylor Evan Mallows Spears, Alexis Inman West, Torian Collins, Vontasia Kyle Guthrie. That is.
As graduates, the university sincerely hopes you will continue your affiliation with the university as proud and active alumni. To welcome you to the Alumni Association, I would like to invite to the podium Missouri State University's Vice President for University Advancement, Brent Dunn.
Well, now you're officially official. So congratulations and welcome to the club. That club has over 130,000 alumni that live in all 50 states and over 93 countries around the world. But please do us a favor. Keep us up to date on where you are and what you're doing, because chances are pretty good wherever you land, there'll be alumni there that can help you both professionally and personally. After all, your relationship with Missouri State is a lifelong experience. I mean, you guys even made it to your first homecoming weekend as a graduate. Well, these are crazy times, as we all know. The university has been here for 115 years, and the university's gone through crazy times too. The world wars, the Great Depression, the Spanish flu epidemic, and many other historical events. But we're still here. Educating people is what we do. And our alums throughout the world are making a difference. Now it is your time. But please listen to this. You're a student at Missouri State for just a short time in your life. You're an alum of Missouri State for the rest of your entire life. Now go change the world, onward and upward. Congratulations. Now go get them and go Bears!
The next part of our agenda today is playing of the Alma Mater. The Alma Mater is a distinctive song indicating your lifelong connection to the university. We had a little trouble with this in the earlier ceremony. The words are in your program. We hope they'll also be on the screen. And so we would invite everyone to stand if you're able and sing along to your Alma Mater. Well, that time we got the words on that screen, which you couldn't see. So we still got work to do on that for the December ceremonies. All right, graduates, you have now quietly sat through the entire commencement ceremony. This, however, is a celebration of your accomplishments. So before we march out of the arena, how about we give you and your guests one more chance to loudly express the excitement and happiness of being together and graduating from the university. All right, well done. And now we will begin the recessional. In order to recess from our ceremony today safely, we ask that everyone carefully follow these directions. Graduates, you will be escorted from your seats and out of the arena by the floor marshals, one row at a time. Families and guests, once all graduates have left the floor, you may proceed to the nearest exit on the main concourse as directed by our arena staff. We encourage graduates and their families to reconnect outside the main entrance to the arena. Congratulations. Have a great afternoon.